Good evening. It's good evening everywhere. So, hi, Catherine. First one in. That's great. So, this is my second live this week. I don't know if I can go live every night, but maybe. That's one of the things. You doing okay today, Catherine? I had to hop out of your live because I had to go to work, but I got to jump on for just a few minutes. That was great. So it's been a busy week already. I had a really easy day, so I'm not like washed out. Still have energy this evening, which is a change for me. Yes, we are just pooped. Cheryl, hello, Rhonda. Hello, Cheryl. How are you this evening? How was your day at work? Mine was an easy day at work for a change, so um, and that was a bonus for me, a big bonus, I think. Um, so I just had an easy day, got caught up on some stuff. It always makes me feel good. So, hi, Miss M. Miss M's in here. And so I know that I will probably be live Thursday about this time. Don't know about tomorrow evening, would be later, like 7-ish. But so many of y'all go to Scott's live, so I don't know that I will do that. I need to see if Allie has a redirect. I'll do my live on Thursday and redirect to her live that starts, I think, my time at 7. So I'm going to try that. I read up on it a little bit, and since Mrs. G was giving me the runaround last night about doing a redirect, I've learned a little bit on how to do it, I think. Maybe. Who knows? So everyone's saying hello to everyone else. And it was hot today. I mean, 107 hot. I got out and went to the bank, and I had a thing on my car, like a warning thing that said, cameras are too hot to work. I thought, me too. It was pretty bad. Cheryl said, I have the instructions and have done one redirect. Well, I wrote the instructions down once, then I didn't get to it, and so I wrote them down again. And then Mrs. G tried to walk me through. It was on my phone. You have to go in studio, hit the edit button, and go to customization, and hit redirect, and then see if anyone that you're subscribed to is live. And you can redirect. Now, I don't know if you can redirect people you don't subscribe to, but that's, I guess, something I need to find out. YouTube, please. It's a competition. We were at 110 degree heat index. I have no idea what the heat index was. I set mine up ahead of time. Well, I could do that probably with Allie's, knowing that she goes live every Thursday at 7. So I may try that. Anyway, so maybe Gary can answer my question. If you redirect, can you redirect people you're not subscribed to? Or does it have to be someone you subscribe to? So anyway, that's a question. How was your day, Gary? I guess you're at work, which you usually are. I did not get a chance to look up EV Mux. So, but I will. I'll get to it. I guarantee you. on how they authorize redirects. Okay, I am at work. You don't redirect through the Mux. You redirect through YouTube. I know. I know. In the studio. Yep. Under customization. I got it written down. I walked through it and messed with it. But I was going to do a little research on that, whatever that is. Some people can't get a redirect or they don't want it. Right. You have to set up the settings in your studio to accept a redirect. And if you have not, then you won't be able to accept a redirect. So I've had two redirects, two raids during my live. Gary said, yes, there are two settings for redirects. One authorizes all channels to redirect you. Some only allow somebody you're subscribed to. Yeah, there's the two check marks, right? Or you can custom it and only put certain YouTube channels in the box below that will let you, that only they can redirect to you. Yes, yes. You go into settings under the moderator and then under user management. So to get it set up right. There's Mike from Mike Adventure Sparks. How are you this evening? No, that's great. I just looked at it. But I'm talking about the other end of it when you redirect your live stream to the other person's. So Mike said, sup, Gary, it's always good to see you. Yes, it is. Always good to see you. So, and Catherine's here, and Cheryl. There's 7 people. So, right. That's right. So, Mike said, I'm good, about to get ready to head over to the bar and get some tacos. It's Taco Tuesday. Allie did Monday tacos. So everyone's saying hello to everyone, and we are here. So I actually picked a topic for this live, and wanted to kind of talk about, do y'all look for signs? So Catherine said, Mike, I had the best tacos today, drinking extra water to pay for it. YouTube Please said, I do know a little sign language. You do? I know quite a bit. Be more specific. Signs. Okay. I will be specific. So I enjoy sitting out on my back porch, I call it. It's my patio. And sitting out there, and I, okay, this week I saw a praying mantis. I haven't seen one back there. It's green. So I get my phone out and I look up what's the meaning of seeing a praying mantis. And, I kind of learned some of this stuff whenever I worked at the treatment center. We had contract with some Native American tribes, and they're really into signs and symbols and looking for things and the things in nature, and they mean something. So that was something I got interested in. Now I looked up the praying mantis. Let me see. It symbolizes, when you see one, It has spiritual and cultural symbolism is patience and stillness. The Manus moves with deliberate calm, encouraging you to slow down, meditate, and listen to your inner voice. Mindful action, its ability to remain completely still before striking, represses balancing careful thought with precise decision action. And then in ancient Greece, the word mantis translates to prophet or seer, leading ancients to believe the insect possesses divine foresight. And um, what else did it say about this animal? Green symbolizes natural harmony, growth, renewal, and good luck. So, like the signs of a rainbow, Cheryl, what does that mean to you? I mean that it was a sign as a promise from God, but um, and the cardinal, Miss M said, I love a cardinal. I know that my mom passed away. It'll be 2 years in October, and I have a lot of birds in my yard. I mean, a lot of birds, and I'd never seen a red cardinal. And I got home that evening. The next morning, I was outside drinking my coffee, and there was a red cardinal in my backyard, and that cardinal comes back um, quite often. Blue jays, and that's a lot of people think that the cardinal is a symbol of someone. So um, Gary said something about he had learned some sign language. Let's see. He knows a little sign language. He said, I learned it after I met a beautiful deaf girl. I was like 16, but I learned more when I got older. Catherine says she knows the alphabet. Miss M says she knows how to count in Spanish. Catherine said, "Oh, those signs. Okay, maybe." Joshua, hey Rhonda, what made you go live today? I've been trying to do more lives. Gary said it would be interesting if Rhonda tried to do her whole live stream in sign language. Might attract a new audience. Yeah, probably would. My grandmother was deaf, and she taught me a lot of sign language. So I know just enough to make a mess of things. I know the alphabet, and I know a lot of the, like beautiful, thank you, red, those type of things, my colors. So, um, and that's what does it say? I like seeing, Catherine said, like seeing a cardinal is a sign of a loved one visiting who has passed. Yes. Sign of the rainbow. Um, Gary, Gary said, I consider it a good sign when the stock I want to buy takes a dip. Then I can buy it at a better price. Right. And y'all, I'm better at Spanish than I am at sign language. So Josh was asking Catherine what she's been up to. She said, busy, um, YouTube and everything. Sorry, I'm droning on. It's all right. Oh my goodness. So that was a sign. I know we talked about it on my lives before, but I into manifesting or attracting or all of that. You pick a sign, and I picked a Volkswagen Beetle. And when I see one, it's God reminding me that He's got the plan for my life or whatever. And so um, I see them all the time. And it's so funny where I do my counseling at the office. We moved last year to a new office, and there's a salon that's right across the street. And one of the hairdressers that works there drives a yellow convertible Volkswagen Beetle. So every time I go to work, I see one. That's one. So if you notice in the chat when CL says hello to me, there's always a little blue Volkswagen Beetle behind my name. So Miss M's asking if Cheryl's still here. Catherine said, Gary, we're about to learn more about stocks. I'm a little nervous. Yep. Yep. I'm learning a little bit about some of that. So, YouTube, please. LOL. When those nuances callers would call, my father would start speaking Spanish to them. When they switched to Spanish, he would switch to German. They usually hung up at that point. That's great. I think we see more and more signs of the end times. This is true. It's like, I think that the way I understand it is those signs have always happened, but they will hasten like a woman in childbirth. So, which means that, our contractions get closer together and stronger. So, Joshua said, if I went to your channel, if it shows your profile picture, Catherine, I did not know what you look like, though, since I can't see you. Catherine said, LOL, my dad would do stuff like that with wrong numbers, the things he would tell people. Yes, the birthing pains. Yes. Yeah. YouTube, please. It may be better to start with like S&P 500, EFT. It's diversified already, but tracks part of the stock market. That's what I've heard too, the S&P 500s. Yeah. Yep. Miss M's got the number one crown. So another thing that I have done for, I don't know, maybe 45 years is I collect heart-shaped rocks. And I have bunches. So I brought some to show you. There's this one. It's a small one. I have a huge one in my backyard. There's this one. I really like this one. There. So when I find a heart-shaped rock, to me, it's God telling me he loves me. So, I mean, you can make whatever signs you want, but, and heart shapes. I have some big ones, Catherine. I have a big one that's this big in my backyard. It's perfect. We were fishing in a lake that's west of here, and we walked quite a ways to get to the lake, and then I was walking back, and there's this rock on the side of the path. I had to dig it out and carry it all that way. So what does that mean, Gary? Joshua said he hasn't heard. She's going live tomorrow, Joshua, at 6. Or you can go to her channel and watch one of her videos. It would help with her watch time hours. I'd have to look up that word, Gary. That is we call them in tech, $2 wood. Miss Sim said, hey, Cheryl, can I email you? If you don't want me to, that's okay. When we moved into this community, a lady left a painted heart rock for us. How cool is that? Beliefs, it means that you believe you can ward off evil spirits or bad luck. I believe you can. And not so much evil spirits as evil. I don't believe in luck, so you call it $5 words. Oh, Cheryl said, please, Miss M, email me. So you didn't see anything? You've been looking away? Are you going to come arrest me? So I'll have to look that up. So we won't talk about that anymore, will I? I'm trying to protect you. Not to chase signs and wonders. I would, chase them, but nature has such meaning to it, to me. And that's kind of that's why I get into the rocks, and I get into that type of thing, like feathers and that sort of thing. So um, I'm going to have to look that up. So I have to check it out. And then I may have to edit it out. So, oh wow. Huh? Okay. And that's but the the idea is, if you watch for these things, it enhances your reticular activating system. And we all use it. It's all there. It's a God-given ability. But it's like it's just like the Volkswagen. The reason I picked the Beetle is my first car that I had was a red Volkswagen Beetle after I got married. And so, and we owned several. Uh, my first husband, I did, Ed. So I picked that because it's like, I don't see these things anymore. Um, and it, you know, they were everywhere. I see them everywhere. I even have people that will take pictures and text them to me. Gary said, cops get a bad rap. People always thinking we're trying to hamstring people. We're very helpful folks. That's true. That's true. Therapists get a bad rap too sometimes. So, and Cheryl said, that's so true. Think of seeing numbers. Sometimes our eyes are drawn to certain numbers. Yes. Yeah. 1111 is, I have a sticker they put on my luggage. When I flew back from Canada, my flight number was 1111. And I took a picture of my YouTube studio when my subscribers hit 1111. So I think that's like YouTube police 29. His number's 29, and I think that it's like anything else. Biblical numbers. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. And I think that those are symbols for certain things. So you have quite a few videos about the number 29, many of them over 1,000 views. That's really cool, Gary. Yes. So, what is it about the number 29? I have a thing about prime numbers. So, oh, it's a short. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're kind of common. I was did a little bit of research on my channel, and my most watched video that has almost 5,000 views. And so I watched it. I thought, what's different about this one? And I kind of got some tips from watching that. And I watched Kevin Colby today on his, what are some things to do, and a lot of them are the same. But I got a couple of ideas from him about some things. So Joshua said he subscribed to Catherine. YouTube police said Kevin Harvick drove the 29 when I started watching racing. Yeah. And I forgot my password for my email, belt loop 601. So I started another email with the number 29. So So it's belt loop 29, like your YouTube police 29. And is, for that matter. So my hubby's checking on me, wanting to know what I'm doing. Joshua said, maybe I'll call you Mr. 29, Gary. Said, yes, my main channel is Belt Loop 29. Yeah, that's what I thought. You have 3 times more subs on that channel? Yeah. So Gary's saying, you're welcome to Joshua. And so what else have y'all had, what you feel like is maybe a sign for you? I mean, there's, I've always loved dragonflies, and then I have a real thing about palm trees. So, YouTube police said, Cheryl said, I'd like to be 29 again. I don't think I would. Those weren't great. They weren't a good age for me. YouTube police said, I think so. It's just short of 900 subs, and this one is less than 3,000. So, yeah. Have you had it longer? I know you have several channels, but have you had that one longer? So, I keep lying and saying people tell me I look like I'm 29. Miss M said my sign is a wolf. Evie's Eden. Hello. Welcome in. That's 9,000, not 900. 9,000. Did you put, okay. Excuse me for living, Gary. 9,000 subs instead of, did I say 900? How are you this evening, Evie? So, Evie said, I need your help at the end of the week when you're done working. All right, Miss Evie. So if I have a client cancel and I'm at work, you want me to call you? Miss M said, I love wolves, makes me feel at peace when I see them. Evie said, I'm good. Yvonne saying, hello, Evie. Catherine saying, hello, Evie. So, yes, I'm trying to do what has been recommended to me and do more lives and focus on making good content and posting more long form videos, which mine aren't very long anyway. If you said, hello, all you wonderful people. I need your help with YouTube music after I edit and iMovie. Okay. All right. So, don't you have Epic Sound, or did you do away with that? Didn't you not like it? Okay. YouTube, please. That's fine. You were right. I'm in fact at work. Was only scheduled for 80 hours this week, but looks like it will be 88 instead. They asked me to come in tomorrow morning again. What do you work, doubles every day? I guess you work and sleep. Your subscription expires in a few weeks. Yeah. So I need to ask you some stuff about the free StreamYard, how you use it. Catherine said, Gary, that's a ton of hours. He works 80 hours a week. I've worked 60 in a week before. So, yes, we'll be working doubles Monday through Friday this week. It's not uncommon. Deal. All right. It's a deal, Miss Evie. It's a date. I'll get in touch with you on Friday. I'm just remember I was supposed to interview you. Oh, you were supposed to interview me? For what? What have I done now? See, I immediately think I'm guilty because I probably am. uh, we can do it on StreamYard on your channel. Oh, okay. Cheryl, that's too much. I worked in a furniture store, sometimes 60 hours on my feet for 10 years. Yeah, I worked 60 hours a week on call 24/7. Yeah, and was just whatever at the drop of a hat. And then they come in and fired me. So, and then they were sorry. 2 years later, they called and asked me to come back. Okay, YouTube, please. Sorry, I have to keep stepping away to handle things here at work, and I'll have to go in about 30 minutes. Evie said, I said one time I wanted to, and I forgot. Well, I said I was going to do a Christmas pajama party, and I didn't. So I guess we're even now. uh, Gary said, I don't spend that much time on my feet. A lot of it is spent in a patrol vehicle or a desk. Evie said, see, that's why we get along. I know, Evie. You thought I was going to be a serial killer or something when you first met me. Evie and I was met in person. So Gary said, we all have things we would have liked to have done, but life gets in the way. Yeah, or I forget. I don't know, flat forgot that. I do not know what happened to that. Wasn't scheduled in my appointment book or written on a post-it note stuck to my computer here, so I didn't remember it. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Gary said, I've met a lot of YouTubers. There are lots of YouTuber meetups out there. Yeah, yeah, there is. I've met Evie and Karen and Allison and Nancy on Making Her Own Lane. And I'm fixing to meet Catherine in about 3 weeks or so. So where I'm going is real close to where she lives. We'll just drive right through there going to where I'm going. So trying to talk her into her and Roger come up there, and I'm gonna teach him how to fish for trout. Kelly's here. Hi, Kelly. How was your day at work again today? You went on a field trip yesterday. What'd you get to do today? So Catherine said, yes, yep, please don't say where, Rhonda. I'm not going to. Yep. So I'm going to Missouri. Kelly's saying hello. Gary said, if you ever make it to Mississippi, holler. I'll treat you and your hubby to a meal. That sounds like a deal, Gary. What signs we are looking for? Well, I talked about in nature, like when you see a cardinal or a blue jay or a hawk. I saw a praying mantis. I have a praying mantis on my back patio area. And so I had to look it up to see what does it mean when you see a praying mantis. And hi, Sally. You told me to text you, so I did. So not signs like the speed limit. No. And then I talked about my heart-shaped rocks. Evie, I collect heart-shaped rocks. There's a little one. It's probably my most perfect little one. And I have this one. It's heart-shaped looking on both sides. Evie says, I have a lizard and he's my friend. He lives by the gate and comes out and looks at him, at me. Yep, I have lizards. This one I really like. And I have several big ones. I have a medium and then I have a big one. I'm not going to grind on them, Gary. They'll lose their ambiance. Oh my goodness. So I have a whole bunch of heart-shaped rocks. A whole bunch. I've given them away. So anyway, yes. They wouldn't be the same if they were all symmetrical. Those kind of signs. I talked about the Volkswagen Beetle, how I picked that as I guess you'd consider it my manifesting sign, but it just reminds me that God's plan is happening, and so it will take longer. What does it say? Gary said, "Okay, just use a belt sander turned where you can access the belt, but it will take longer." I'm not going to mess with them, and you can't make me. Are you bossy, Gary? I know you're the boss. I was too. Do I drive a Beetle? I do not. I did. It was the first car I had when I got married in 1972. Fine, they're my rocks. They are my rocks. Have you said, Gary, don't worry about Rhonda's rocks? Gary's telling Evie, I'm not worried about her rocks. Well, here we go. Here we go. But the really cool story I like to tell about my Volkswagen Beetle is with my grandson, and we'd been playing Hot Wheels, and he wanted to get some of his Hot Wheels. And they had a box where he'd been given a whole bunch upstairs. And he goes upstairs and he comes down. His dad said, you can get 5. So he gets down. He said, I brought 5 down, but I brought an extra one for Granny. And he handed me the Hot Wheel. And this was it. And I just stood there and looked at it. And I said, well, of course you would have picked this one for me. That's how that happens. YouTube, please said, I'm just trying to help her. I'm a naturally helpful person. Evie said, Gary, I was teasing you. YouTube, please. I was teasing you as well, Evie. Evie says, text always get me in trouble. Cheryl said, watch Mrs. G will be here talking about her new sponsor for bras. She probably will. It's called Playing Along. Nice. Evie said, oh, good. My daughter used to tell me I sounded mean in text messages. There's Chris. Good evening. Welcome in. Cheryl said, that's so cute. It is. And when I told my son the story, he was like flabbergasted. I said, that's how it works, son. So most communication is nonverbal. Kelly said, true, police. Chris is saying hello to Kelly. Evie said, I'm mad at Mrs. G. What are you mad at Mrs. G about, Evie? What's she done or not done now? Evie said, I went to her live today. She kept on talking to her, and she never saw one line I wrote. Well, you might have to tell her about it. Kelly's saying hi to Mike. Mike's been in here. He's just been in the bushes. He's eating tacos. So Cheryl's asking him if he got his tacos. Yes. What do you want? My big dog's here wanting something. What do you want? It's evening here, almost 7 p.m. Yeah, that's what it is here. Are you Central Time, Gary? That's what I am. Oh, now the little one's barking. Same time here, Gary. Yeah. Dinah's. You want to make an appearance? Huh? You want to make an appearance? She won't jump up here. I don't know if I can get her to jump up here. Come on. Come on. Come on, Donna. She won't get up here. So the little one will. I pick him up though. This big one. So this one will. What are you asking? I hope she shows up here and I can give her a piece of my mind, Evie. Sally, she's talking about Mrs. G. She said she was in Mrs. G's live today and she kept chatting at her, but she never saw any of her chats or read any or acknowledged any of her chats. On the other side of the world, it would be 7 a.m. Right. Thank you. His name's Scooter. Chris said, good evening, Sally. So, yes. Oh, Evie said, I'm pretty sure it was on purpose. Cheryl said, Mrs. G's always behind on chats. She gets to talking. Ciao. She gets all excited. Ciao. She gets to worrying about them receipts. You cooked an entire meal with her. Today on her live, Sally, she's talking about Mrs. G showing up so she can give her a piece of her mind. Yep. So you were cooking, huh? Well, I saw that at my lunch that she was live but she'd already gotten off. Thank you, Chris. You like cooking on occasion, Gary? I do too, on occasion. I cooked yesterday. You're never home to cook. No, you're not. If you work, 16 hours a day. Evie said she was asking what equipment we had bought for YouTube that was expensive and we don't use. So Gary said, I'm actually good at it, but I tend to spend too much time on ingredients. Evie said she's going to start a podcast, but obviously I won't attend. Not time, dollars. Oh, you spend too much money on the ingredients. Cheryl said, I'm trying to do the 10-day detox, but I didn't know you can't have coffee. Well, Cheryl, I never did without coffee. I had 1 cup of coffee in the morning. And even when I did it before, I had it black, but I had to have 1 cup of coffee. So just stop trying to not have coffee. Oh, you feel better? Miss M said, sorry, my parents just got home from being away at an appointment. So I couldn't do without coffee. I mean, it's hard enough to get used to it black, but I did. And so, because I used to put some creamer and Splenda in my coffee. Well, I could go without the Splenda. It was hard. The creamer was hard. So I would have the 1 cup of coffee, and it's a mug usually, because that's how I take my collagen. I put it in the mug and then I pour my coffee on it. So, but I never did not stop. I don't drink a lot of caffeine anyway. I drink this is decaffeinated tea, and oh, she's got to go feed Hazel. Bye, Catherine. So, um, I just drink mostly water, and then I make this decaf tea unsweet. So I've gotten used to drinking unsweet tea, which I thought I would never do. If I get a hold of some sweet tea, it's almost sickening. So YouTube, please saying later, Catherine. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know, I lost my train of thought. I've been on here almost an hour, and I know Sally's going to pop up and start in on me. You try your best to stay with your chat. Yes, I do that too, because I fashioned my lives after you, Sally. I said that last night. So said I am not, because I have to go watch Pops. So does Pops come on at 7? I'm probably going to end this pretty soon. No, I did not, Sally. You wrote a song for Pops? No, I didn't hear it. That's awesome. Trini did me a song and sent it to me, and that's the song that I used on my recap of July. So, yes. Cheryl says, Sally, you do pretty good on your lives. If I did lives, I'd probably be behind. So, bye, Miss M. Sally said, I love that man. He renewed our wedding vows here on YouTube. He's been such a nice guy. Yes, I was there. I saw you do that. I was there. So he does seem like a nice guy. And so, but I need to go and kind of get ready for my work day tomorrow. It was a touching video, wasn't it, Cheryl? So Kenneth said, it's 7:49 in Rhode Island, Rhonda. Yes, you're Eastern time. It is 6:49 here. So YouTube, please. Speaking of weddings, I'm tempted not to renew my wedding license. I don't know that they have a renewal on them. Come on the beginning of Pop's Live and listen to the song. Okay, does he go live at 7, Sally? So Mike's saying hello to Sally. I think he's being silly. I know. That's why it's funny, Rhonda. Oh, well, that would be your choice, Gary. It's a joke, Cheryl. Sally, Mike, I need you to call me real quick. Evie said, I love being silly. Evie has the greatest sense of humor. So she thinks it's quirky or weird, but I think it's great. So yeah. Sally said, I love it when you're silly, Evie. So, well, if Pops is going to go live here in a minute, I could go ahead and Mike's eating tacos. Yum, yum. Now, see, Allie talked about tacos last night. You're talking about tacos tonight. So I'm going to be wanting a taco here pretty soon. Cheryl said, I have a great sense of humor too, Gary. Yes. There's a lot on here that have a great sense of humor, and I love to laugh. It's Tuesday. Yes, it is Tuesday. Sally said, you are allowed to get off of the live. We are having tacos, but I'm making it into a salad. You're having a taco salad. YouTube, please. I have to run. Okay, I have to run anyhow. Y'all have a great week. Keep up the great work with the live streams, Rhonda. Thanks, Gary. I'll do it. You have to have a sense of humor to make YouTube videos. You do. Kelly said, my husband's having tacos tonight. Cheryl, we had steak with broccoli. Sounds pretty good. I actually had a hamburger. YouTube, please. I could wholeheartedly concur with Cheryl. Sally said, love you all in the chat. Have a wonderful evening. God bless. YouTube, please said, and a thick skin. Haters gonna hate. Yes, you do have to have thick skin. I remember somebody left me, I guess my first comment that was negative said, I don't need your help. So Chris said, I had a bacon cheeseburger at Applebee's, Rhonda. Laters. Bye, Gary. That sounds good. So Sally said, remember, we rise by lifting others. Keep supporting each other. So true. It's not for the weak people, Evie said. Evie said, I got told to fix my hair and paint my nails. Oh, I've had a few other comments about some stuff, but nothing that I even remember. So anyway, so we do rise by lifting others. So, but not to the expense of giving ourselves away. Cheryl said, oh Lord, Evie, people will say almost anything. Oh, I've heard other creators say that, about, I think somebody told me one time I needed to color over my gray. So that it's like, oh well. So I didn't do either. Guess you showed them, didn't you, Evie? You just didn't do either. I'm not doing it. I didn't dye my hair either. And, they don't want my help, then they don't need to watch. I can't remember if I just deleted that comment or if I said, okay, fine. I don't know. Most of them, I think I've only deleted one comment, and it was some guy hitting on me. So, which happens every once in a while. So, anyway. Well, all right. I'm going to actually go to 60 minutes to make it an hour. Oh, you would have left that one? Well, it's according to what to say, Cheryl. Some people can be kind of derogatory. So that's the problem. Anyway, and, I've had some comments on some of my vertical lives, like, hey, Granny, what are you doing on here? I don't know, comments like that. And I ignore them, and some moderator will take care of them. They'll ninja chop those trolls. So anyway, Well, I thank all of you for joining me this evening. Um, you know, few more hours to my nastier people on Vertical Lives. There sure are. It attracts the trolls. Um, I don't know that I haven't seen Ninja in a while. Are you talking about Dr. Ninja Turtle? Vicky, I just saw your live. Hi and goodbye. Vicky just hopped in and now I'm getting off. I've been on here an hour and I'm, you know, ready to hop off of here. So I hope you're doing good. Yes, Turtle. Um, he was in my live last night, I believe. So um, anyway, an hour went fast. It sure did, Cheryl. That's the thing. These lives just go. It's real easy to do an hour long live, and that's kind of what I've been trying to do. Sally's been egging me on to do an hour and a half, and it did help last night. I do have to say, but I've got a life outside of YouTube, and I think I'm going to go attend to my life outside of YouTube. Y'all have a great evening, and remember to be you on purpose. Oop.